And we back, baby. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 42 of the Sweet Science Podcast. 42, 43. With your boy Fat Mouse. Who else we got in here?
I'm Cash with a K and not a C.
In at the Ross Clark studio where it all began. We took a few weeks away from this gaff and we're back.
We needed a little break.
You get me? We just had to settle some differences. But here we are. I hope everybody's well. Weather's looking tremendous if you're from London. I don't know about the rest of the UK and I don't know about the rest of the world because I don't ramp. I'm here to deal with my city and my city's problems. You feel me?
Problems.
Speaking of my city's problems, we have got new guidelines. I'm getting a passport, a COVID passport. What a stupid idea. What a stupid idea, bruv. So
It is a bit silly.
our boy Bojo is saying,
Johansson, man.
Mr. Johansson, that now,
There he is.
if you want to go places, you need to have a passport to prove that you're vaccinated.
Prove you're clean.
Which I can never do because I will never be vaccinated. Well, I say never. I don't want to be vaccinated.
You still against it?
Of course, I don't want to be vaccinated, but we'll see in
Can
it.
I ask why?
But I've already said why, bruv.
No, but I forgot.
How are you going to give me something? Hold up 1 second, because I know this cap is bent. It's not.
that
How are you
one.
going to give me something that's not been researched, man? Give me something that is going to flipping give me wings like Red Bull.
Has anyone close to you had it? That had done the vaccine? Family members? Or
I think my brother might have done it, you know. I think so, but I don't know.
you know that.
Well, it's too soon, innit? It's not
No,
something
but you
that
know some
find
people
out quick
feeling-
time.
What could after that?
No. Them things there, that's normal. It's not about I feel a bit sick afterwards. It's more about the long term, like what's going to happen, innit? But I don't know, innit? I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, so basically, you will need this passport. You need to prove vaccination or take a test. So I'm hyping it a little bit and I'm over-exaggerating because you can just take a test and prove that you're, as he said, clean, yeah? Major sports stadiums, so football, boxing, all them things there, you're going to have to prove it.
Excuse me.
Nightclubs, which I frequent, I'm going to have to say, listen, I just keep taking tests everywhere. Festivals, blood, what's that one called? Wireless. Bluetooth, flipping,
Bluetooth.
all of them. You need to prove the thing, innit? You need to prove it. Theatres.
That's really sad for me. I can't watch William Shakespeare.
Nah, I'm not going to lie to you. I did go Shakespeare, blood. Shakespeare in the Globe. What's that one called? Not Matilda. Macbeth.
Matilda.
Macbeth in the Globe.
At the Globe.
At the Globe, sorry.
In the Globe. At the Globe.
Was dank.
It
was actually a
dank.
sensational
The Globe is very nice.
production.
Have you seen
This is years ago still.
Coriolanus?
What's that, blood?
Coriolanus is very...
Les Miserables.
That's a good one as well.
I ain't seen them.
Coriolanus,
What's
this last old man with whom a cracked heart I have sent to Rome loved me above the measure of a father. Nay, godded me indeed. Their latest refuge was to send him, for whose old love I have, though I showed sourly to him, once more offered the first conditions.
So, he's
I'm Shakespeare.
he's Shakespeare.
Cash Spear.
There's more words than you can shake a spear at. Yeah, concert venues and the cinema. Blood.
That's deep, man.
The cinema one is unnecessary, isn't it?
That's
It's
deep.
unnecessary.
Do you know why that's long?
Why?
Because you know me like 15 and that. I'm not saying I've done this and I'm not saying you've done this, but you know you're 14, 15, 10,
You just wanna
whatever. You
run
want to
in
go on a
there.
little date. Now you're going to have to
I
go
said
get
14, you know.
whatever they are. You know kids nowadays are like 4 and they go on dates now, bruv. Weirdos.
Crazy, blood.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that whole, now it's not
Yeah, now you
even
gotta have a flipping
it says,
passport.
your babes, where can I meet you? It's your babes. If you got your COVID passport, we're going to go watch Teletubbies.
We're going to go watch flipping, that looks, Space Jam 2.
Oh,
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
That looks mad, bruv.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat coming out.
Mortal Kombat as well. So
We
obviously
spoke about this,
both
obviously.
of us, but there's more.
What's that anime you sent, man, or that cartoon, but that
I
crazy
don't know what
one?
it is, bruv, but it was some Avengers looking thing.
There's one guy in the middle, looks like me with a big moustache. And he just snapping people's necks off and that. It's
to find
very
it because you
weird.
mentioned. yeah, Space Jam looks mad.
Yeah.
I do remember watching that as a kid.
It's not the same.
It's not the same at all, but I'm slightly gonna watch it. I don't give a hoot. And then the other one is Mortal Kombat. That looks mad as well, bro. But yeah,
Yeah,
now I'm
people
gonna have
hating
to
on
flip
it,
and download it instead. On Mortal Kombat. Saying what? He's not wedge enough.
Nah, just everyone's. You know what I mean? It's difficult to try and.
Blood,
perfect
just,
these
yeah, you're
movies,
never
bruv.
gonna
You're
please
never
everyone,
gonna
but you
get-
know what? It might be a bad boy film, so let's
It
just
looks
watch
like
it.
it's gonna be good, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that, man.
COVID passport.
COVID is just. This is what they call the new normal, isn't it? Normal. This is
It was
the new
always gonna
normal.
happen, man.
It was always gonna happen.
yeah.
There was no escape from this thing. So we'll see what happens in it, blood. If I can avoid taking it, I'm definitely gonna avoid taking it.
Was travel on that list?
As in
like
flight, it
flights
doesn't
and
even
that?
say. It doesn't even
Weird,
say.
innit?
Like, if they tell me that I can't fly without it, best believe I'm gonna become an Olympic swimmer. I'm just gonna swim the Bahamas. Yeah, it's
man.
peak, man. It's peak. We'll see anyway. But yeah, on a lighter note, on a more whipped note,
On a sweet
creamy, on a sweeter note. Its AC is killing me,
I
blood.
turn it off.
No, but then as soon as you turn it off, it's
my
hot.
neck,
Yeah.
my neck's frozen. I feel like Sub-Zero.
Woo.
We'll turn it back on in a bit.
All right, cool.
I feel like Sub-Zero right now, bro. Right.
Bar.
Corona.
I'm not going to get vaccinated ever.
Good.
Yeah, guys, this week's episode, again, scrolling through Instagram, seeing what's good. And I'm seeing a lot of people's stories saying, oh, shout out these guys, shout out these guys. I'm like, what is this, man? Is it waffle?
Damn, I got it as well, bro.
What? Oh, there you go.
What's going on?
But I actually thought, you know what? It's time to have a quick look because a lot of people are making a lot of noise about it, I should say. Small little thing, small little business, very local to me once again, not too far anyway. I'm northwest, that's west. It's calm, innit?
Down the road, literally.
Desserts from the first.
What a name.
And I thought, what? 1st of January? Good time to start a business. Nah, mate. First Avenue, West London, W10. Yeah? Desserts from the first. I need to say a few things actually because I want to rewind back. Blood! I want to rewind back to a few weeks ago when I collected that milk cake from that lady in wherever, North London, yeah? I believe you lot noticed I was not very happy with the service and the overall everything, yeah? I made a point of the fact that she just gave us the 2 milk cakes and the milk, no bag, no tissue, no spoon, nothing, yeah? Big grown woman, all right? A lack of thought, a lack of care for the customer. The customer that has driven about an hour to collect it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I agree.
With this gentleman here, from Desserts from the First, what a star. So he's very quick to respond, number one. Literally in a couple of minutes, he'll respond, which I respect. Number 2, he reminds you on the day or the day before, just to let you know your order's ready, come collect it tomorrow between 3 and whatever. I said, cool, I'll get it for 6. I actually meant 5. So I corrected it. Again, he was available, very accommodating. And then comes down with a paper bag, yeah, which is over there, a brown paper bag, and I didn't even check it. Told him, thank you very much. Told him, you know what, keep it up. I'll be honest with the review. I'll let everybody know what I think, and I'll tell you another, again, personally, what I thought of it. Yeah? Not that I'm some flipping guru, bruv, some dessert guru, but I slightly am. But more because, like, it's good to give criticism or it's good to give feedback. Yeah? If you're doing something well, let them know. If you're not doing something, if there's room for improvement, let them know. Because they won't know otherwise. You get me?
Nobody's going to know.
How are they going to know? You get me? They're never going to know. Literally. Yeah? And then I got the paper bag and I looked inside. I said, is there spoons? Because Cash was holding the bag now. Are there spoons? And he goes, yeah. I looked in. Spoons?
Tick.
Tick. Bag? Tick.
Tick.
Napkins? Tick.
Tick.
Dessert? Tick.
It's very tick. It's very tick. Can't lie to you. Very tick.
Young gentleman, just starting out this little thing, seeing how it goes, putting his heart and soul into it.
It's the
and
thought
I
behind
genuinely felt that. Do you get me? So that is why I was very, very happy, and I appreciate them little things there, man.
Yeah.
It's a complete and utter position to the other lady whose product may maybe even appear a bit more premium. Yeah? might appear more premium, might you know, she might have spent a little bit more on advertising. I don't know what she did or what she didn't do in it. But like, nah, this guy, honestly, like, well done, man. I can't even. I'm stressing it. I feel like I'm waffling, but I'm not. I like this kind of stuff, and I do like the customer experience. You get me,
bro?
It means a lot to man.
It's always these small little things that make a difference.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyone can make these desserts.
Like, it's when you go. Say, for example, you go to the shop. You know, you go to like JD or whatever, you want to buy trainers, look for trainers or something. That you remember that experience that someone gives you with these little small gestures. You know, how can I help you? That's the standard. But it's what they do afterwards, or if they go out their way to make you think back. I want to come back there. If I do, I want to look for that person in particular, and that's how it works. And yeah, and at the time, at the time when we went, I was like, maybe you're overreacting. Remember, we even spoke about it in the car afterwards because he was fuming at the time. I was livid
at this lady,
and then I was like, bro, I think maybe you're slightly overreacting. This. But come to think of it, when I realize it now, when I look back, I was like, the fact she'd even give a bag.
Unbelievable. She stacks everything up like that, bruv. Like you're some idiot. No, take that to the car. Nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to break it down. You know what? Let's compare and contrast, yeah? I meet the lady. She says hi. The 2 seconds later, the first thing that comes out, have you got the £2.50? Remember that one, yeah? This gentleman here, how's it going? Did you find a place easily? Yeah, just took these out of the fridge for you. Like just conversation. Yeah, nothing business. It didn't feel like a transaction. The money's in my hand. I don't know if he can or can't see it, but it's there. He didn't mention the P. Gave him the money. Now, each of these trays, I've opened the lid anyway. Each of these trays costs £4. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. I got a £10. I got a 10 sheet in it. Yeah? Pass it to him. Didn't say a word. It's not like he's like, oh, let me go get change. Nah, he's got the little bag with change in there. Your £2. Here you go. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It was regimental. No, that's not the word. It was just.
It was normal.
He's thought of everything. He's thought of everything. I might even step out and be like, yo, I got this thing. Oh, I forgot to change. Let me go get him some change. Nothing. There was no inconvenience. The whole transaction was perfect.
Can I say what it was? It was very professional.
It was very professional. Thank you very much. Then there's, like I said, the bag as opposed to a stack of milk cakes and a bottle of milk, sweet milk, which was not sealed properly. Please remember that part, because when it was sat in the bottle, in the cup holder, it was fine. But when it was in the footwell, there was a puddle of sweet milk. Blood, come on, compare that to this young buck that's just here trying to do his thing and is doing it well. From the, I don't know. This dessert might be dead. It might be dead. But I would be willing to give him a second chance because of so far the experience has been 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Does it make sense?
No, 100%. I agree.
To add to that, the collection point was right outside my old gym, All Stars. So a little trip down memory lane as well. Loved it. R.I.P. Mr. Akai, man, because that was it was a nice little. I mean, it was nice. I just sit there and look at the red doors that I used to run up. We used to do these long runs around London, yeah. And I wasn't used to running long distance. When we get back to the stairs, we get back to the building, we got up the stairs. There's quite a few stairs in it. And I was like, bruv, at this point, my legs are literally carrying themselves. I can't explain it. It's like they're just moving.
It seems like there are so many
We've stopped running, and now I'm just trying to climb the stairs, and it's just like they got a mind of their own. It was crazy.
You're dragging them up.
Just reminds me, it reminded me of that. So that was another little pleasant thing there. But that's got nothing to do with him. That's just circumstantial, innit? But yeah, I've been talking for too long. Just a complete chalk and cheese comparison, yeah, between one person and another within the space of 2 weeks. So, bro, well done, man. Desserts from the First. That's First Avenue. Okay, without further ado. So this guy does, it's just called a dessert. There's got the Oreo dessert and the Lotus dessert, yeah? I got the Oreo, Cash got the Lotus.
Wow.
And we are about to get this.
It?
Yeah? Well, you usually get Nutella, so it's whatever.
It's not chocolate, is it?
Give it a go. It comes in a silver tin. We've taken pictures already, so I'll show you them. And let's go. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got a request saying that people want to see the food go in the mouth.
So
and actual eating. I don't know. I remember. But I got a request.
Hoovering it up.
Oh,
that's what happens when you eat it. Blood. I'm happy. Oh my days. I have to keep doing that. What's it called? Popping my lips? I don't know what it's called. All right, so let me tell you like something. Oh. Let me tell you like something. Again, everybody's story, he says, oh, 10-10, bro, 10-10, bro, 10-10. And I'm like, come on, man. Is it just his boys, you know, encouraging him, you're doing a great job? Like I said, again, if that's what they're doing, that's fine, innit? But if it's not 10-10 and you're saying 10-10, you're not real bad. You're not a real man, then, innit? Because you're not telling him how to improve. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Blood. I do see why. I do see why. So we've got 1, 2, 3 layers, I believe, of vanilla dipped Oreo cookies. Dipped in vanilla. I don't know what that means, dipped in vanilla, but they're wet. You know when the Oreo, it's wet. The biscuit is wet. That's why the spoon just goes through. It's not a crunch. That is satisfying, bruv. Yeah? But the biscuit is still intact because at the bottom there, you can't see it. But at the bottom there, I can see the full print of the Oreo. My hand is shaking, bruv. Yeah? Then you got like this Cool Whip type thing at the top. Cool Whip. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And then some Oreo sprinkles again and some sort of chocolate sauce. Blood, I don't know if you're...
I'll never forget that episode.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. Cool? No, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Mm.
No.
Definitely putting
Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Let me have some of that Cool Whip. What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip? Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. You're saying it weird. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip. Say whip. Whip. Now say Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
That was the best episode. And the other one, they started vomiting.
So it's disgusting, that one.
Do you remember that one, though?
Yeah, but why are you talking about now? He's talking about Family Guy, for those of you that don't get the reference.
Everyone does.
Oh, my days. You know what it is? I usually say, let me finish and then give my review. Mm-hmm.
This is lovely. So creamy. So creamy.
So let me talk about it. Let me quickly start trying to review it, although I can't because I want to keep eating.
Do it.
Okay. So the appearance. We commented on this particular type of tray before. For me, it don't look good. But again, what else can it go in? Something clear so that I can see the layers of brownie, maybe. And brownie of Oreo or biscuit.
Like the tiramisu one we did.
Like the tiramisu one. But that's not, completely. But I would like to see, because it looks good. When you look at the layers, it's a pretty little thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Pretty little thing.
But, I mean, all the effort's gone into making it look dank. 3 layers of wet Oreos, yeah? Cream or Cool Whip or whatever it is on top, but it's banging. Sprinkles of Oreo dust, Oreo crumb, and then some chocolate thing on top. There's effort been put into this, man. There's effort been put into this. It's not, the shard dessert. It's not nothing like that in terms of appearance. It's an 8 out of 10. I've noticed that a very common number is 8 out of 10 on this show or on this pod. But it's because a 6 or a 7 just seems like, come on, bro. Like, why? And it's true, I can't justify it. But I've already said that why it's not a 10. Bruv, look at that. Can you see the layers? I don't know. I don't know if you can see that. I can see the layers. It's black, white, black, white, black, white, white, black. Bomba. Mm-hmm. This is good. So the appearance, 8 out of 10. Just because, I understand you can't really... Oh, wow, that's good news. Because you can't really make it look a whole lot better. But you can... maybe a clear tub or clear container would... Just a finishing touch. That's that. And I'm so glad this is not like last week's episode. this is, if you like Oreo cookie, this is like Oreo cookie dream. Oreo, is it a cookie or a biscuit? Oreo cookie.
Is that, yeah?
It is a dream. It's a dessert, not just biscuits. Because actually, anytime I get the Oreos, I just like to dip it in the milk till it's soft and then just go like that. This guy's already done it for me. Taste, I'm going to have to go and say 10-10, bro, because this is 10 out of 10. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sometimes it's just the handmade things that are just like, you know what? Crikey, that's incredible, mate. That's incredible. Shout out desserts from the first, man. I liked it.
Very nice.
I liked it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I believe this is where I jump
This
in.
is you get involved, and I'm just going to sit here quietly and finish mine off.
Cool. So, again, obviously, Mouse already touched on the appearance and how it's difficult to sort of. What else could you put it in? Obviously, something a bit clear, see through, whatever you could see through it and see the layers. The layout inside, nice. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
The little patterns on top. What is this? It's like a leaf. What are they called?
I don't know. Zigzag, bruv.
Whatever it is. Looks nice and looks pretty. So
my final spoon. Can I just say sorry to cut you off?
No, go on.
I haven't used my teeth once. I'm chewing this with my tongue, bruv. That's how soft this is. I'm not using my teeth.
Go on, do it. Oh, dang.
Okay, I'll just use my teeth now.
I'm saying it's that soft you could drink it. Like you could actually just like literally.
I use my
swallow
teeth
it
just
whole.
because that was a big spoon. You get me? Blood.
So, for me, appearance, I'm gonna give it a
Absolutely
7.
perfect, bruv.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
I can understand that, to be honest.
Yeah. 7 for me is good. Could be better, obviously, but 7 for me is good. I like it. In terms of the actual taste now, it's very creamy, not overly sweet, which is a very good thing. You can get some of these cakes and these desserts which are too sweet and they're overpowered, so you miss out on the Lotus taste or whatever flavor you have in particular, which this isn't. My only negative or downside, concern, whatever you want to call it, is that I don't feel as though there's enough biscuity, cakey business in here. For mine, in particular. Yours looked a lot different.
Little disclaimer is that Cash has got the Lotus flavour.
So mine's
different.
Lotus. Obviously, if you compare a Lotus biscuit to an Oreo biscuit, completely different. Oreo is a bit thicker and a Lotus is a bit thin. But it is very thin. So that's my only downside to this. Otherwise, it tastes amazing. It tastes really, really good. So for me, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's very close to a 10 in terms of taste.
I get that.
But yeah, for me, it's too much cream and not enough biscuit or cake, whatever you want to call it. Does that make sense? Balance isn't correct. It's about 70-30, 65-35. Like a little more, and it would be solid 10-10. I want a bit more. I don't want to just eat a full box of Cloud.
Yeah, that's the thing.
know?
Again, I always use this word resistance, innit? Now, here, what provided that resistance was the cream in between the cookie. Do you get me? It's in the attachment, boy. The cream in between the cookie is what provided me that blood. I really want another one. I'm full, don't get it twisted, but I want another one. That was crazy.
There you go.
No, I don't want yours. I don't want yours.
Is
I want you to enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. It's from the first, blood.
Go on. I want you to enjoy that one. Try it. You haven't tried it, so taste it a little bit.
You didn't try mine, though?
It doesn't matter, man.
All right, you know what? I'm actually going to compare because you didn't. Yeah, even going into it, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm very glad I got what I got. Okay. It's a truffle.
Yes.
Trifle. That's
Trifle.
what it's called. Trifle, sorry.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is. Wow. The flavour is 10-10 though, blood.
Yeah, it is.
The flavour is phenomenal. But I do get what you mean by
Too much cream.
it's just
There's never too much cream, but if just enough, not enough biscuit cake. You know what I'm saying?
that is banging.
It's
blood.
boom though. Finish that now.
Swear down.
Yeah, it's calm. It's
wanna
only a
go?
little bit anyway.
All right, so look, there's like
A quarter left.
an eighth left, yeah?
An eighth, sorry.
Eighth. 2 in the blue.
Anyone got eighths on them?
And I'm gonna just do that in one go, yeah? Just to demonstrate. So last time, mine was a bit smaller than this last time, yeah? This is bigger.
If you look at it now,
0 teeth.
show them if you can. Oh, that's perfect. Turn it that way so it's facing them. Not other way, sorry. As in like a choo-choo train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and zoom into that, but look at it, it's just a fat dollop of cream, bruv.
It is.
Do you know what I mean?
Now, I'm going to just do this without chewing it.
You don't need to chew it. That's the mad thing about it. It's gone.
Wow. It is gone. I mean, I didn't get to taste it, but I literally didn't need to do anything. Blood, my teeth had no involvement.
Live life.
Blood. This is so dank. Bruv, I'm just going to go every corner. Did you lick this bowl?
Nope.
Can I lick the bowl? Mm-hmm. Can I lick your tennis ball?
Pause. Please say pause.
All right.
Give me that. Let me dash that for you.
Yeah, OCD, brother, yeah?
No, it's just...
That was dank. Have you given... You have reviewed it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see why, but I'm not going to lie to you. The Oreo one is levels above that anyway.
I'll get that next time.
But the flavour of that Lotus, because Lotus is a nice flavour, you know.
Listen, this is just the first time I'm going to the first. I'll definitely be back for the second.
First time at the first, baby.
Got me.
Shout out desserts from the first.
Well done. We appreciate
enjoy that. Guys, do check them out on Instagram. But before you do that, check us out on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Like the thing. Subscribe. Comment. And share it.
Not share it.
Schwar it.
Thank you.
Like it.
Schwar it.
Schwar it. Ah. Yeah. That was amazing. That has made my day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have eaten today because it is. We're in the studio.
We're in the evening time now.
I
got that as well, bro. I think it's the sweetness.
It's the AC.
AC/DC. Hat straight again. I feel like it's bent again. I don't
It's
know.
always blood. What happens to your head and hats?
My head morphs when I eat dessert.
there you go.
What's that?
You look like a
Jimmy Neutron,
character,
bro.
I don't know.
Remember Jimmy Neutron?
Nope.
Who's that character? That one with the big head. Bear them. Hey Arnold. I look like Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold, football head.
So we are going to transition into boom. We're going to take a quick trip to Dubai.
I
love that.
you got a vaccine
DXP?
passport. DXP, yeah.
DXP. And yeah, we got our COVID passports, and yeah, we're gonna go over there for the WBO title defense. Jamel Herring took on Carl the Jackal Frampton.
Yeah, he did.
For the junior lightweight title, WBO junior lightweight title. Frampton aiming to become a 3-weight world champion.
What an achievement that would be.
Mm-hmm. And a very exciting and good fight. Great fight. Mm-hmm. Herring probably in his toughest test to date against arguably a future Hall of Famer with the credentials that Frampton has. And the fight, I think we did a poll on our Instagram page, and the majority of the people had Frampton winning. And the fight didn't go, I mean, the most polls I saw online had Frampton winning. Frampton was the favourite going into the fight. Obviously, I think it's because Herring is slightly less known.
Yes.
Frampton's the more heralded fighter. You know, he's accomplished a lot more, and he's been in there with the bigger names and bigger fighters. So, but Herring went in there and got the job done. Defeated Carl Frampton via 6th round TKO. KO. Towel came in. It was just a very good, solid performance.
That knockdown before the end of the fight, stoppage. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was it.
It probably could have been because he was out of it.
Yeah.
He was out of it. But Frampton's a warrior. The uppercut. Yeah,
was crazy.
Frampton got knocked down twice in the fight. Mouse is referring to the one just before it got ended in the 6th. But even in the 5th round when he got knocked down as well, he just didn't really recover from that, I think.
At
Again,
5'5", sorry to cut you off, but at
tiny
5'5"
compared to 5'10".
What are you expecting?
I don't know how Herring makes that weight, bro.
I don't know how Herring makes that weight, but I don't know how Frampton expected to land. Do you get me? Obviously, like it's
He said
not
it
the first
himself,
time.
though. He said it himself afterwards. He said that it was I couldn't find my range.
Yeah.
And he was like, the jabs weren't even that quick. from Herring. He was like, they weren't even that
just
far.
coming from far.
He was like, no, but the problem is, he just said, he's saying, I don't have it in me anymore.
No
he's
way.
like, I'm not the same fighter. You know, he's not that old. He's 34 years old, and Herring's only 35, turning 36. But you know, he's been in wars. He's been in there, the biggest names, and he's saying that I just couldn't get out of the way of the jab. And Herring used his length, his size, his reach, everything to his advantage. And I was expecting Frampton to come in, as the smaller fighter does, and try and fight on the inside, rip away to the body, but it just wasn't going for him. He just couldn't find his range, couldn't get going. You know, when someone rhythm, perfect word. And eventually, obviously, the stoppage came. Jamie Moore threw in the towel, rightly so. Good decision, because he would have been stopped either way. He wasn't going to recover, even though he's a warrior and he likes to fight.
He was going to go out
on his back. There's no point. He saved him, and. Yeah, man, good fight. Herring is a very, very good guy, man. Very nice guy. Former Marine, former Olympian. He's done a lot already in his life. Yeah, he's achieved a lot, for real. So people always said, like, you know, he was obviously highly doubted beforehand going into the fight. And, you know, even after his last fight with Oquendo, he ended in a weird, I think it was a DQ in the 8th round. Very strange. So he had a point to prove, you know. But, you know, if you look at Herring's past and his credentials, he shouldn't really be a huge underdog the way he was.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have been. But again, this is just how... I never did get these bookies odds, you know that? I know it was not just that. It was, you can't base it on the people's opinions, but it's like the bookies odds have always been a bit hard to understand.
Odds are always just... It's just who's the bigger name. Really,
that's weird,
really. Man. If you think about it, if you take away your heart and you rely on your head only, you focus on the actual fight. If you look at it,
actually...
like Herring, former Olympian. I know he didn't win anything, but he was captain of the 2012 team.
Exactly, that's enough of a
2012 US team.
Ting, man.
You know, that had a good team with him. Errol Spence Jr., Clarissa Shields, Dominic Brazil. Who else?
Michael Hunter. Bounty Hunter.
Good team, solid team. But in the fight, one thing I noticed and I realized is when he got the cut on his eye in the 4th round.
Oh yes, he was cut, by the way.
He was cut in the 4th round, and that gave Frampton obviously confidence to come in and try and work his magic and see what he can do from there. I was thinking to myself, they kept saying, is he going to panic because of the blood and whatnot? I know it was quite a bad cut and it was seeping into his eye. But I was like, he's a former Marine. Does that kind of stuff scare him? Or
it's not about scare him.
Or make him panic? He'd probably deal with that pressure easily.
He probably needed that. You get me? Sometimes these people, it's true, man. You're used
to
calm,
calm, collected under that pressure and did what he had to do. Again, solid performance.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, unfortunately for the fans, because he's given us great fights, but
fortunately for him in the sense that he knows his time. He knows his time. Obviously, Carl Frampton, once again, I'm cutting you off.
No, you're not.
Carl Frampton, he did say, if I lose this fight, I'm going to retire. Pretty much seemed like it was win, lose or draw. He was going to do the same thing anyway.
Yeah.
And it was confirmed in him, what you just said, him saying that he just didn't have it in him anymore. So Carl Frampton hung up the gloves for good. Like you said, trying to become 3-division world champion. Almost got there. Close, no cigar. But that does not take away from the career that he's had, the illustrious career he's had.
Amazing. He's done so much.
Yeah.
So much. And it's sad, isn't it? Because he's been in some great fights. Those wars with Leo Santa Cruz, you know, in 2016 when he moved up in weight to fight Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz was undefeated. Santa Cruz was, that superstar that they were trying to build over there. Yeah. And in his own right, he still is a star. Leo Santa Cruz is a very, very good fighter. But the Jackal went in there and put on a war. They went back and forth through so many shots. And he won the majority decision there. And then obviously they fought again and Santa Cruz won that. But, you know, he's been in the likes. He's beaten the likes of Kiko Martinez, Scott Quigg, Santa Cruz, Nonito Donaire. We're talking about some of the elite, some of the best of the best. Some of the best around. No one's ever gonna stop me now. And, it's, you know, he's done it. He's done enough. Unified world champion, former unified champion, former 2-weight world champion. So congratulations on a great career,
100%.
Carl Frampton, and good luck. He just wants to spend time with the family, and he said it. He said it. I've been away through birthdays and celebrations and just sicknesses and whatever. He's out. My wife's been dealing with it all by herself. I've been away for a long time, so it's now time for me to sort of go back and.
Again, it's like the kind of dedication that I mentioned last week with Dylan White. He missed Christmas. He missed the birth of his child. Do you know what I mean? All of this stuff here, it's like
huge.
Yeah, how long can you do that for?
Yeah.
How many years are you gonna
Us as fans don't realise it because
there's a lot involved.
It's crazy,
Tune in on the day to watch him get beaten.
It's not only the 6 weeks or 12 weeks, 8 weeks of a camp or training. If you're taking it serious and you're away nearly all for most of the year, for three quarters of the year, you're gone. Yeah. And you're away from the family, and some people take it differently. But solid performance from Herring, and good luck to Carl Frampton with whatever he chooses to do next. Yeah.
What else is there in the world of boxing?
I mean, Devin Haney announced the fight.
Oh yeah,
Devin Haney and Jorge Linares.
Yep.
Jorge Haney and Linares. 29th of May in. Do you remember the Mandalay Bay?
Next month, yeah.
They changed it to some strange name now, man.
No way.
Let me find the name. It's a weird name. Because I Googled it. I've never heard of it before. It's in Vegas. I Googled it and I was like, it said formerly known as the Mandalay Bay.
No way. I didn't even know it's
because they changed it. I remember no one fights at Mandalay Bay anymore.
Yeah.
The Michelob Ultra Arena.
That's a beer company, isn't it?
Michelob Ultra Arena, Las Vegas.
No way.
Yeah. So the dream. Devin Haney will put on his title and walk out to the ring, but he'll defend his title. He will put up his belt, WBC lightweight belt.
Yeah. It's up for grabs.
It's up for grabs against a very dangerous,
of course,
and superb, just one of the best around. No one's gonna. I can't stop it now. It's in my head. Good fight. His toughest time.
When did you say 29th
29th
of May?
Yeah.
So a month. It's 6 weeks away. Slightly more than 6.
Very good fight.
Away.
Very, very good fight.
That's gonna be it.
Excited
I
for
think
that,
we'll return to that.
Who's this brother? Your guy. He also fought on the card. Sorry. Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah. No, just I just saw a couple of interviews
because a lot of people are talking about him now. You know,
that's exactly why.
I bet people was Spencer Fearon saying. I don't know if you saw it. Spencer Fearon. Like, this guy is the
thumbnail.
Future.
He is the future. He's very good. Second fight, one made the guy say no mass. Fourth, end of the fourth, I think it was. He didn't want to come out, and he didn't come out for the fifth round. The other guy, I forget his name, but it's there. It's in the thing. But he gave up. It would have been competitive, but to be honest, this Keyshawn guy is not a joke, man. We'll see if I can find a video to just throw the, up there of him training or something like that. But he's very good.
Team USA molded me to fight better, stronger, faster, and smarter than before. If you want the keys to success, you have to work for it.
And
was that his first fight or second fight? Yeah.
22 years old, 21, 22 years old, so he's young. He's hungry. And he's got the skills, man. He's got the skills. So, yeah. Just well remembered, mate. Well remembered.
Thank you, bro. I think he deserved it.
You said something about Khan.
Oh, yeah. So basically, obviously, Khan basically lives in Dubai now. He's always there. Has anyone watched?
That's where they fought. Obviously, you did mention.
Have you watched the Keeping Up with the Khans, whatever it is that that mad thing? I haven't seen it either, but everyone's telling me.
Who said they wanted to watch it? Was it you? Someone told me I want to watch that. Oh no, it was Hish. He was like, I want to watch that Khan documentary or something like that.
Apparently it's jokes. But anyway, Khan was there, spoke to Umar Ahmed from IFL TV in association with MTK Global. They got sponsored by Everlast.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
sponsored by none other than Everlast.
Everlast, you know where to come.
Sponsor us?
For the real ones.
Sponsored by Vaseline.
And Khan basically talking about the show and all this and that, and then eventually came up with the talk that we've been hearing for years on end now. It's been about what, 7 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
The Kell Brook talk came up again, and it looks like we're finally. I'm gonna say this again, and everyone's probably said it.
Yeah,
we're finally gonna get the fight. 100
that we
years
want to
too late.
see. Do we want to see it anymore? Do you want to see two old men, one guy with no chin and the other guy with no eye sockets? Do we want to see this fight? What is it? See no evil, hear no evil.
It's
Lad,
mad because we will definitely tune in. Everyone will tune in to watch it.
When I say I don't want to see it, I don't want to pay money for it.
It's not
I'm gonna
it's not the fight that we want at
watch
the
it
moment.
legally.
But they are both at similar stages in their career.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a Khan take on an Errol Spence or, you know, someone on that echelon. And I don't want to see the same with Kell Brook. Kell Brook just fought. Terence Crawford was his last fight, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, they're both sort of towards the end of their careers. They are at the end of their careers.
No, absolutely. This should be
Khan
their
said he's
last
got
fight.
one last fight in him.
This is it.
That's what he said. And it makes sense now. Obviously, it would have made sense before when they were both, you know, in their primes. And it would have been a much more compelling and competitive fight. It still is competitive, but...
It's competitive in a different way. It's like they're both at the same time over the hill.
Yeah.
They're not terrible fighters. They're not completely washed. But we have to understand that their primes are way behind them.
Because
Yeah?
imagine this fight in their prime, how good it would have been.
That's what I'm saying. But
It would have been a
I don't know
very
who
exciting
wanted
fight.
it and who didn't want it. I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people were saying Khan didn't actually want that fight. But
I find it
don't know.
strange because, you know, I'm a Khan fan and that, and I just find it strange how all of a sudden he wants that fight.
He wants the fight because he knows the weakness. We've said this. What's that guy's name?
Who?
Brook. Yeah, Kell Brook. He's got PTSD now. He's got PTSD. Touch him up in the eyes and he's gone. He 100%. He touch him up in
You
his
think
eyes.
that's happening in Crawford? And
Yeah. Crawford hurt him, but he was
But that's what I'm saying. That
more
effect of
so.
it.
Yeah, the mental scars that he's got from previously breaking his orbital bone. Now he's had both of them broken, innit?
Yeah.
Bruv, that's not a joke. That's your eyesight potentially. Bruv, he needs to wear goggles or something, man. When he goes in to fight Khan.
Someone was like to me, it's probably the money aspect that he's run out of money. I don't think that's the case, Khan. I don't think he's run out of money.
I don't think he's run out of money.
I think it's just that last one song.
It's just
you
a
know?
bit of change in it now because
And I think now the risk factor, the risk and reward.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's basically gone either way. Like he's gonna get paid, probably not as much as he would have got paid
they're
before.
gonna get what, 4 mil,
but
something like that.
if
Or
he
more?
loses, no one really cares now.
Yeah,
If Brook loses, it doesn't really matter.
it's not. It's an irrelevant fight.
yeah.
It's
'Cause
irrelevant.
back then, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, when they could have and should have fought,
Yeah,
it would have affected the rankings. He wouldn't have got a world title fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It would have it would have shot someone up, and the other guy would have gone way down. Now they're both at that stage now. Brook beats Khan. What does he really do from there? Does he really go, I need a world title shot now? Does that not really?
So, you know
Khan
what,
beats
take
Brook.
that money and go Vegas.
It makes sense for them to do it now if they are both going to end their careers soon because they're both.
It makes
done.
sense for them to. No. Please rephrase that.
What did I say wrong?
You said it makes sense for them to do it now, as opposed to doing it 5 years ago.
No, and if they do it another
Just
5
to do
years
it in
later.
general. Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what, no. The best time was definitely 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 years ago. But with these guys, you never know, bruv.
Great with walking sticks, bruv.
Because now Khan, the Khan's thing was always he needs to fight bigger names.
Yeah.
He's never earned the fight. This. In that interview I watched with IFL TV, he was like, he's a great fighter. He's done everything. He's fought the biggest names in boxing, kind of thing now. So it's like,
it's just I think the money's there. It's not going to be a huge payout. I don't think. I don't know. It's like
they'll definitely
I think
do
there's a
good
delusion,
numbers, but he just
there's
won't.
a delusion of people wanting to see it, but we don't want to see it as much as
He said he'll take him out in 6.
it could be done. It could be
You
done.
think so?
It's more of a just avoid Brooks' power, yeah, and target those eyes and make him quit in his stall, which is not like him, but PTSD those eyes, bro. I'm not like this is genuinely a
Pick
game
and
plan.
fight.
No, forget the pick. It is a pick and fight, but I'm saying Khan's fast. He's lost some speed, but he's still there. What Khan actually lacks now is the discipline. It's the discipline to train. Do you get me?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what he lacks.
He's always
and
like
obviously
that, though, I
the chin
think.
power. He's yeah.
The chin power.
You know what I mean? He's
I
at
know.
least take a chin lick. And then what Brooks got in terms of against him is those two eyes which could just. Why are you laughing? I spat all over you. Sorry. Why are you laughing?
He's got against him those 2 eyes.
Yeah, it's true.
His
Two
only eyes
two
that he's
vulnerable-
got. The 2 eyes.
Two
are
vulnerable
against him.
eyes which could potentially, get damaged. So he's going to be very, very scared going into the fight. But what he has is some power. What he has is the ability to put Khan, already a chinless man,
The sleep.
shatter that. Yeah, put him to sleep. You understand? So yeah, it's still a pick 'em fight. It's still a good fight. Khan, I would say Khan's got the edge now because he's still retained that speed. He just needs to wake that up again. You get me? Not try and change his style and be a heavier puncher. Who did he do that against?
A few of the guys, man. A few of the guys.
Few people. That's not his style. That should never be his style. He's light. He's lightning fast. Yeah. Use that. Use your speed, and do not try and be strong because speed kills. Now, speed kills plus broken eyes equals speed kills your eyes. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's how you can beat.
But what beats speed? Timing.
Okay. So who's got the timing? They're both old. Who's got the timing?
That's what I'm saying. It's just whoever has a better camp, whoever's serious about it.
It's whoever's serious and whoever has the right game plan. And there is a perfect game plan for each person. Okay? Khan, in my opinion, my very humble one, he needs to depend on his speed and he needs to target those eyes. It's simple as that. It's a doggy dog.
Yeah, go head hunting.
No, not head hunting. Jab, jab, jab. Just jab those eyes. Even like,
but you know what I mean? Even if he's going head hunting, Brooks going to be worried about everything because one could slip and go, boom. You know what I mean? So when I say head hunting, I don't mean just necessarily.
Yeah, I thought you were saying head
straight. But even if he's coming for that, PTSD is going to creep in. Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm saying sorry to the mic. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry,
bless you. Thank you very much.
That was the two jokes, bro.
Listen, thank you that I got here. So
that was so yeah, man. Let's see, bro.
I get what you're saying. It's true though. If these punches keep coming at him, from one of the fastest punches in recent history,
from different angles and whatnot,
then 100% he's gonna be like, what is going on? Like it's just I don't know what to do. Yeah, but if he tries to just out muscle him and
wrong game
sit
plan,
on his absolutely the wrong game plan, and he's gonna be put to sleep because Brook will just land a punch that will just shatter that already shattered jaw. And I mean, that's it. And it's either one can get it. Either one can do it. Yeah. So I actually, now that we've said it, I'm a little bit looking forward to it. Not because this is the fight to make.
But listen, take it with a grain of salt. Like these guys have been saying this for ages.
Oh yeah. So if it's not going to happen, then why are we talking about it? But yeah, I mean, okay, it's
more likely now
than ever.
Yeah. Because beforehand there was too much to lose. Now they've got literally nothing to lose. So why not?
Only to gain. But yeah, that was that.
And yeah, man, UFC's picking up.
So it was a quiet weekend, obviously UFC fight wise, but there was a lot of news,
a lot of announcements.
There's a lot of announcements, One of them being, we're probably a little bit late for it now, but doesn't matter because I think the day that we dropped the episode is the day that we found out that Kevin Holland is coming in as a very last minute replacement for Darren Till against the Italian, what's his name? Not the tennis Italian. Has he got a name?
It's the Italian Dream, I think.
The Italian Dream, Marvin Vittori. Yeah? Blood.
Great fight.
That's a good fight. Striker versus striker?
I think so. I think it's going to be a war.
Kevin Holland.
I think it's going to be a war.
Is fresh. He not much,
See.
He's not tired or anything like that from his previous fight. He just lost on points because he had no answers for the wrestling.
Listen, we were so disappointed with him.
Yeah.
Kevin, I know you're listening.
Kev.
And I know you're watching. I know you listen on Spotify, on Google.
On Apple Podcasts.
And you're subscribed to the channel.
I know you're subscribed, yeah.
And you're following us on Instagram. I know you're doing all of that. And I know you're going to watch this right now. It's time to redeem yourself, buddy.
Do it. For me, this is a more difficult fight than Brunson.
So do I think so as well.
But it's a different fight.
It's a different fight. The reason I think it's more difficult, I think the style is better for him.
Yeah.
But the reason I think it's more difficult is because
style.
No, not even that. This is what I think. I think it's more of the mental aspect. Coming off a loss from being so high, what would that do to him? 2 is the short notice. No matter what, he was already in shape and whatnot, but still coming in on 2 weeks, 10 days notice against a different guy. You don't know, you've probably been drinking after your fight, eating. I don't know what it is, but there's small little things that could affect it.
I hear that, yeah.
And then having the pressure of going in and needing,
having to win.
because if he loses 2 in a row in the space of a couple of weeks,
Against
it's very
lesser
detrimental.
names, to be
It's very
honest, man,
detrimental.
let's say it as well.
And then he's gonna have a guy on him the whole fight. Vettori is not gonna step back once.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like you said, one of the reasons why it could go against him is because he's got too much pressure, knowing that he lost his last fight. I think that will work for him.
So do I. I believe
I
so.
think he's got that mental fortitude. He says he doesn't. He always says, "Oh man, I don't want to work out, man. I don't want to run. I just want to smoke a spliff or whatever. I mean, smoke a joint and come back and do. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu." Or there's like, you know what I mean, a whole bunch of things he doesn't like doing, but some things that he does enjoy doing. Bruv, that's all a game, man. That's all a game. He works his ass off. If there's something he doesn't enjoy doing, okay, I get it, but he works his ass off, and he is ready to just. It's a close one. It's a good fight. It's a very good fight. When is it next? Is it? Oh, it's next.
This Saturday coming?
Yeah. No, it's not.
This weekend, April 10th.
Oh my days. That's crazy.
So this weekend.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Mad. Okay. Yeah. No, of course it is. Of course it is. It's the Till fight. Yeah. All right then. Well, not to forget Darren Till. All the best, mate. Get well
What
soon,
happened?
buddy.
Collarbone?
I don't actually know what happened. I think
Collarbone,
it was. Yeah,
yeah,
his collarbone.
collarbone.
Yes, it was. It was his collarbone, and them things there, they're quite a nightmare to deal with, bruv. Look at again, Coach Bones Adams, man. He's struggling with his collarbone.
Second surgery.
So yeah,
Wishing you well, Coach. Wishing you well.
man.
And then obviously, again, we're talking about announcements and so many more announcements.
Yeah,
Um,
there are way too many for us to cover all of them.
but our boy Leon Edwards finally gets a big fight.
It's mad. This news was a surprise.
Yeah, no, this was super random.
It was so
Super
random. It was 100%.
UFC 262. The main event, obviously, being on that card is I've gone blank.
I know, but
I've gone blank.
I've
I've gone blank. I've gone blank.
Saying
I've
it,
gone
bruv.
blank.
Ah man, it's a 2.
Oliveira Chandler.
Thank you. It's a 2-5 rounder card. First time
Oliveira
ever.
Chandler for the title on the co-main event for the first time in history. The co-main event, which is a non-title co-main event, will be 5 rounds. It's going to be Leon Edwards versus Nathan Diaz.
Crazy.
Where did this come from?
Blood. I think Dana White was just sleeping. He woke up and thought, "That's illegal." He's just gonna do it. Do you get me?
So
I think
random.
it is random.
I did not expect it at all. I
It's-
thought Bilal
it was the
again.
last thing I would've
I thought Colby. I thought he would wait for Jorge. Just even Stephen Wonderboy. Tom, something like
Yeah,
that.
but it's also
I did not
Yeah.
expect
it's
Diaz.
Diaz's fault, if you like, also in terms of us not expecting it, because he just talks, but nothing actually happens, innit? For Diaz, it's a good fight, but it's not the biggest fight we could have had, obviously. Like,
What do you mean for Diaz it's a good fight?
For Diaz, it's a big fight. For
For Edwards?
it's a big fight, but for Diaz, it's not such a big fight.
Yeah, of course.
This is what I'm trying to
That's
say.
what I'm saying. For Diaz,
It's a
it's
step down, but it's
so-
not because it's a dangerous fight.
Listen, for Diaz, it is super high risk and not so rewarding.
Yeah.
Compared to look at his last couple of fights. His last 3 fights have been McGregor, Masvidal. 3 of the biggest fights in UFC history. This one is going to be a...
What?
I feel as though Leon is going to pick him apart.
Oh, I almost have no doubt.
I think Leon is going to pick him apart, piece him up, and maybe get a stoppage. I just think Leon's going to dominate him. Too young, too strong, too fast, too hungry,
Too skilled.
too skilled.
Not to say that Diaz isn't skilled, but Diaz, how long has he been out for? And let's be serious.
This guy Diaz is a madman.
He is insane.
So he could be out for 55 years, come back in and still be stocked and slapping, sticking his middle fingers up, going 25 rounds. He's a madman.
Bad man.
But again, the skin ain't gonna hold up. Them cuts are gonna get opened. Leon is too fast.
And we saw
And
with
just-
Bilal Muhammad. We saw that fight. To be honest,
What's his name? Do you remember his name?
I can't remember his name, bruv.
Do you remember? Try to remember the name.
Bilal? So dead. Let's allow this joke. I can't do it. Bilal Muhammad, we saw that fight. We saw Edwards' performance in that fight, yeah? And it was like, you know what? He's good, man.
For a round and a bit.
A year and a half out or more? A year and a half
About
or more?
18 months, I think.
That's
whatever it was.
For that break or for that time off, no, man. He was sharpening. You could tell he wasn't just sitting on his laurels or whatever. He was working, developing, and he came out looking phenomenal. In great shape, skill-wise phenomenal. Pieced up Bilal. Obviously, it was, an unfortunate end to that fight. I actually didn't want to see them run it back. I didn't want to. Bilal could say a million times, I was just warming up. I was just getting into it. The second round was going to be mine. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was a 3-rounder, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bruv. You've already thrown away one. To do what? To risk losing another and then try win a third. Come on, mate.
Huge name for Edwards. Big fight that he's finally deserved. He's finally got after, doing all the hard work he had to do and getting to that stage. So,
I do think though that even if he gets this win and he gets it convincingly, he's not going to get the credit he deserves. He's not going to go up in rank. He's still going to be ranked 3.
This one is just going to be, for me, in my opinion, is going to be a name. Yeah. A good name to bring attention to him for more people to realize, okay, maybe Edwards is good, because he's still got doubters and he'll still have doubters because if he beats Diaz, he's meant to beat Diaz, in my opinion. He has to go in there and win. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's just the name. It's the scalp. It's one of those guys, you're beaten and I've got Nate Diaz on my record.
It's the scalp.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It's say, what? What do you mean? Look at my resume. I've beaten Nate Diaz. Do you get me?
Kell Brooks back. And then
he's not the most entertaining guys, innit? No. Edwards, but
savage
in the ring, in the cage, he is.
Cage. July 10th.
Oof.
Poirot.
Agatha Christie's Poirot versus Conor McGregor the third. So we've got Dustin Poirier versus McGregor. The rubber match coming off of one apiece now, obviously. 6-7 years ago when it was McGregor who knocked out Poirier was it this year or was it last year?
This year.
What day was it? I'm terrible.
A couple of months ago.
Either way, a couple of months ago when Dustin Poirier shocked most of the world, not me, and said, and knocked out, stopped
the notorious one, Conor
McGregor.
I like when he got McGregor.
But it was a good fight, of course, very good performance. Ask me my opinion now.
What's your opinion now?
Early on, McGregor's taking it. But we don't know, innit?
Why
McGregor knows what he needs to do.
He's going to make the adjustments.
He knows to make it. McGregor doesn't like losing, but he doesn't hate losing. Does that make sense?
He thrives in these situations.
Yeah, no.
He thrives under pressure. He thrives in losses because he tries to try to beat the trier.
So he doesn't like losing. He doesn't hate it so much that he tries his best to avoid it. He does get very complacent.
Bro, this guy's a madman. He loses and he goes back
it's only
straight away for the same brother.
He loses that he says, you know what? F this, that should not have happened. That should not have happened. And yes, there may have been a few flaws in his game plan, a few, chinks in his armor, things that were missing from the camp. But I think from early on, and bear in mind, last time I had Poirier going in and winning this fight. I thought it was going to last a lot longer than it did. This time I'm going to say McGregor, and potentially 1 or 2 rounds as well, man. 1 or 2 rounds as well. McGregor
I think
just
he has
needs to get himself in
I'll
a
be
position.
honest, I think he has to.
To redeem himself, it needs to be a first round, and it can't be an Aldo, one hitter quitter. It needs to be a masterclass, but quickly. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It needs to be a masterclass.
He needs to put that exclamation point on this trilogy. He needs to, and I think he will.
I believe he can, and I think he will.
Listen, I'm not only a McGregor fanboy. I'm a true martial artist fan boy. That makes sense. Yep. I like the mentality behind McGregor. Mm-hmm. I think if he's focused, he's motivated McGregor. He will go in, make the adjustments.
I do hate that motivated McGregor. It's just McGregor. McGregor is fickle. Sometimes he's motivated, sometimes he's not. Yes, everybody when they're motivated and has potential, or has anyone who has potential.
He needs to go in there.
there.
The best performance he's had is when he's a bit angry with these guys, when he's got a bit of spite behind him, and he wants to go in and hurt
nice
these guys.
McGregor, he's a gentleman. He's a great guy.
Listen, I'm all for not faking it. Because if Poirier ain't done anything to make you go mad at him, cool. But he needs to go in there with a bit of a chip on his shoulder and say, you know what? That shouldn't have happened. I should be fighting for the title right now. I should be. By the time this happens, Oliveira and Chandler would have happened. So Oliveira and Chandler are going to fight in May. July comes. McGregor should have already been champion. That's what he should be thinking in his head.
Yeah,
I should have been champion by this summer.
This
summertime, I should have been chilling with the belt and having
a fat one.
proper 12.
Proper 12.
So, yeah, that's what he should. I think he's going to go and make the adjustments. He cannot let it go late. He cannot let this go late. Poirier thrives in these later round fights. He thrives in 5-round wars. McGregor needs to end it quickly. Needs to end it in the first or second round.
I don't know what the accent is. It's the deadest Irish accent ever.
No, I think it's a very good accent.
That was better.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.
But yeah,
I'm Sean Connery.
McGregor needs to. Yes, that's a very good option for us.
I'm Irish Sean Connery. So I'm Piers Brosnan and Sean Connery combined. Piers Connery.
Piers Connery.
Shout out Piers Morgan. Paul Sleigh. It comes to my head. I'm going back to my old ways of being a
idiot.
What's that word? When you just speak too much. Tourette's. June 19th, the Korean Zombie's back.
All right, there's too many things to cover, bro.
Shut up.
Okay, there's too many things to cover. But Korean Zombie,
so many,
Dan Ige.
You love Dan Ige.
He's
knockout
50k Ige, isn't it?
50k Ige.
50 Ige.
Good fight.
We'll return to that. When is that one anyway?
June 19th.
Rev, why are we talking about something that's happening in June?
One
19th,
thing though.
Rev?
Sorry, one thing.
One more thing.
One more thing. Powder of Komodo dragon tooth. One more thing. Picture of tortoise shell. One more thing.
Tough enough.
Tough.
What did I say? Tough enough. The
know.
Ultimate Fighter. I was thinking of WWE. Tough enough. Tough. The Ultimate Fighter.
Who's in there again?
Volkanovski and Ortega. Why?
Oh, it's so shit. It's such a shit. Pardon my language. Idea.
It is though.
That was so one where what's his name?
I think
Dana White was just sleeping. He thought,
just gotta do
that's
it.
a dead idea. But go on then, man. Nah. Colby, Usman, Masvidal, Usman, Colby,
Everyone.
anyone.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Colby, Masvidal. These would have been crazy. I think Masvidal said he wouldn't want to do that. I think, right?
Yeah.
But there were so many options.
You got
This
two nice guys.
Dead rivalry.
Man, it don't
It's
make
just because they
sense.
fought, and man, underwhelming.
They're just accommodating the fact that the fight never happened.
Do you reckon?
Has to be because obviously
That's a fair point. But they're going to fight at the end.
that's what I'm saying though. But I just don't get why you listen. Surely you want all the eyeballs on that show, and you want people to watch it. Like,
That's
but
true.
everyone who's
That
been
is
on it
not
has
what we
been
want to see.
fun, entertaining, talkative, like
The characters they
rivals.
deserve to be on.
Aldo, McGregor, Sonnen, and Vanderlei.
I can't let you get close.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? All
That
these
is my favorite
guys,
quote, bruv.
you know, Cruz and Faber. I think it was, and now you've got. And
Two nice
I like
guys.
them; they're good fighters.
Phenomenal fighters.
But it's just too nice guys. It's gonna be, man. Good luck.
yeah.
man.
Good luck, bro. Good luck. They're going to do all this bowing to each other and all that.
Well,
and
good
yeah.
luck, good luck, bro.
It's going to be good blood. No bad blood.
You spoke of Colby.
Yeah.
He's fighting Wonderboy.
No, he's not.
He's not. Gilbert Burns is fighting Wonderboy. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Gilbert Burns is fighting
Colby.
Wonderboy.
I'm saying Colby's just been left in the dark.
Yeah.
He's just been
Left
put out to dry. Jinx plus and Jinx fans. Look, Chris Jinx, mass. Now you can talk. Otherwise, I'm gonna punch you up. If you talk.
Here's my comb.
Sorry, your comp.
Thanks.
Your comb.
Yeah. Colby. No.
Gilbert Burns and
and
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Ooh,
What a fight, bro.
Wonderboy's gonna have to avoid that power.
It's a
Wonderboy's gonna
great
have to
fight.
avoid that power because he hasn't got the best punch resistance.
What a fight.
And Gilbert is a strong mofo, strong Brazilian combate. Nature.
Great fight. I
Yeah.
can't wait for that.
But yeah, I think we're just gonna with it. That's covering too many things now, guys. This has been episode 42. I can't wait for next week when it's 43.
And then what's
And then
after
there's
that?
like a couple weeks later, it's 47. Yeah?
And then
48. All right? That's it. But, guys, I've been your boy, Fat Mouse. It's been a pleasure. And you've been who, sir?
I've been Sean Connery.
It's been Sean Connery.
Piers Bonnery. Bonnery.
This guy is not, I don't know what's wrong with him. I have no idea.
The sugar rush.
I can only apologize to you lot.
Only apologise. It's been Cash with a... Why was that? Why did you laugh?
I don't know, blood.
Apologise.
Guys,
It's been Cash with a K, not a C. Do not forget to subscribe.
subscribe.
Make sure you hit the big red button down below. Subscribe, thumbs up, like it, comment, share it, send it to everybody. Hit us up on the gram.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. All right? Thank you. And we shall see you guys next week. 43.